How's it going, everyone? This is Lana Teramae from Metal Express Radio. Today, our special guest is the one, the only Jimmy Waldo from the heavy metal band Alcatrazz. He's here to talk about the band's brand new compilation album titled Prior Convictions, which will be released later this year through Brave Words Records, so stick around for the full interview. Alcatrazz, they just started with Brave Words Records, so how's it been so far?
It's been great. I've known Brian Adams for years, so it was a real good fit. Yeah, so it's been really good.
That's good, awesome. And um, so I'll tell you. I was gonna bring this up later, but so what led to this? So I know you guys were previously signed to Silver Lining Music. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you go from Silver Lining to Brave Words?
Um, well, Silver Lining, that was a licensing deal. They licensed our records and love those people over there at Silver Lining. Um, they got a full roster. And we, in a perfect world, we want a label that we get a little bit more of attention and not be there wouldn't be as many acts to compete with, and they've got some amazing acts, and it's tough for us to compete with that. So I think this is a good fit because we do get a lot of attention, and Michael, who does their press and publicity and things, has just been fantastic. So, but again, I love the people at Silver Lining, so it was just a thing. This was a better fit for us.
Gotcha, gotcha. So this new compilation album you guys are gonna release, Prior Convictions.
Yeah.
It's gonna contain re-recorded versions of the band's biggest hits and two brand new songs. So, what can you tell us about the record?
Well, we had thought about doing it, before because we played all that stuff off No Parole, the first album. We played all those songs live, and we have been with Giles as a new singer for 100 shows. He's been in the band a while. So, but we thought, well, we need to get it out there so more people can hear him and know that he's the singer. And Giles sings the stuff great. I mean, it's all in the original keys, and he can hit the notes, and it's no problem. So, been very happy with that. And we just wanted to record those songs again and get them out there with Giles singing. And that's basically why we did it. And then we will be working on a new album after the first of the year, but this will be good in the meantime. And we'll be touring in Europe and Scandinavia when this record comes out. So that'll be really good. Those fans there, we haven't played there in a long time. So those fans there will get to see the band and hear this record, with all the re-recordings. And it'll be really good.
Yeah, so how were the tracks selected? Because I know a great chunk of this record features songs from No Parole from Rock and Roll.
Yes. And that was we play those particular songs, we play them live and have been for a long time. So it was easy to say, well, let's record those because we're playing them and we know they work. And Giles is real comfortable with them as a singer. So, and that's really important. So Giles sings the heck out of the stuff. So um, that was an easy thing to do, was to pick the stuff off No Parole. The other songs off some of the past records that Doogie sang, we just love the songs. And again, we play those live, and those go over great. And Giles sings those great. So love Doogie, and he sang the stuff great. But he had to move on to do his thing. So um, we felt those were a good example, or a good, whatever, however you want to look at it. I mean, it was really good because Giles sings them great. So the stuff off No Parole and the stuff off the last couple of records, studio albums, to it all made sense because we play it live. So it just felt really good to record it. And then one new song, or two new things actually, but
Speaking of the two new songs, I believe they're called Transylvanian Requiem and Staying With Your Turn. Can you talk more about those two songs?
yeah, Transylvania Requiem is an instrumental that Joe Stump wrote, and just all guitar. I mean, I put some ambience keys behind it, but basically it's all guitar. And Stand and Wait Your Turn is a song that Giles had written, and Joe and I kind of jumped in and contributed a little bit, but uh, Giles played his ideas for me, his original stuff, and I just thought it was great. And we needed a new song for this record. So I really I love the song, and I like the lyric and stuff. So and Giles sings it great. So again, it was something that was just really good and natural. I mean, he sings it great. The band plays it great. So it's like, well, we should record this. This could be our new song because we wanted to put one new thing on this record. So
Okay, so yeah, so Giles definitely brings a vocal and a songwriting perspective into the band. So what what else does he bring to Alcatraz? Because I know he's worked with you before. I believe he managed you guys a little bit. Is that correct?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So what does he bring to Alcatraz?
Well, he's a really smart guy. So he knows metal really well. He knows all the bands. He really understands what we're doing. And so he brings that to the band. But he's also, besides being a good friend of mine for years, he's live. He's got a lot of energy, and the guy just he sings the stuff perfectly every night. I mean, his pitch is great. He's real consistent, and he's a nice person, easy to get along with on the road. Because the whole personal thing is more important than the music. It really is. If you don't get along with people, that's never going to work out. You might make a record or you might do a tour, but Giles is that guy, solid as a rock. You can always count on him. And live, it's really good because we don't get into long discussions on stage. It's like less talk, more rock, kind of thing. And Giles is great at that. Uh, he knows what to say in between songs, and it just goes. The set moves really quickly, which I really like. I don't like a lot of discussion or talk on stage. I like to get on with it, and I don't think the crowd is there to hear people talk about their problems or the sound or whatever. And we don't. It's just go right for it. Giles announces the next song, and we get on with it. So he's just been a good fit, really all the way around. Vocally, it goes without saying. The guy nails the stuff, all the old stuff, the new stuff, and he's a great writer. He and I write together, and we all write. He and I and Joe write together, and it's just a really good fit. And personally, we all get along really good, and that's super important to me. Uh, the musicianship has got to be there, but there's a lot of great players out there. But it's got to be somebody that you get along with, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. So just to backtrack a little bit, so what what led to the split between you guys and Doogie White? Was it on good terms, or how did that go down?
Oh no, that was in good terms. Yeah, Doogie's a friend, and he just wanted to do his own thing, and we knew that from the beginning that he was going to be around for a while, and that ultimately he wanted to go off and do what he does, do his music and music that he's sung on, Ingve records and stuff. So Michael Schenker and things like that. So he wanted to go off and do that, and I totally understand that. Um, so there was no bad vibes at all. Nah, we're friends, and Doogie's a great guy and a great singer. So
Good. And is there a release date Is there a release date for this Prior Convictions yet, or that hasn't?
November, sometime in November. And I don't know the exact date, but it is probably early to the middle of November.
Okay, alright. And so I heard that this Prior Convictions is gonna eventually, you actually talked about it earlier, it's gonna eventually lead to a new studio album. So what can fans expect from the new studio album?
They won't be disappointed. It's going to be Alcatrazz. Like I've said before, we have a thread running through the band from No Parole. And the influence of No Parole is still with us. We still, I mean, I wrote a lot of that stuff with Yngwie and Graham on that record. So I still feel that way. I still write that way. I haven't changed. I'm not into I'm into this kind of music, so this is what I do. So, and Joe Stump is we're all in sync about what we like to do, and it starts with No Parole. So again, this new record will be new songs and fresh, but you'll hear the influences for sure of what we used to do. And the stuff that I'm writing right now, it reminds me of something that could have been on No Parole from Rock and Roll. And I didn't think about that. I don't think about it. I just feel it. When I'm writing, I don't think, oh, it's got to be like this or I've got to do this. And none of us do. Joe or Giles, we don't think about what oh, it's got to be exactly like that, or we just write. But it's got that thread. You can hear it in the writing, and you will hear it.
And speaking of Joe, I can definitely hear a little bit of Ingve in his playing. I guess that has a lot to do with him being a shred master. But yeah, I think that definitely Joe definitely helps with that sound because I can hear it now that you mention it. The no pearl from rock and roll. I can hear that now.
Yes, um, that's a huge part of the sound. It's always been the guitar has been a extremely important, yeah, aspect of this. That's the kind of stuff we do. It's very guitar driven, and Joe Joe knows the genre really well. I mean, Joe is he's a shredder, but he's also an amazing musician. Uh, Being a professor at Berkeley, obviously he's an excellent musician. So, but he's a fun guy. He's a great guy to work with. So Joe was a perfect fit, because he does understand Yngwie, but he loves Gary Moore. He's got a lot of favorite guitar players. Um, but we do that kind of stuff. So Joe's perfect for it. He fits right in doing those old songs, and those old songs have to be played like that. You um, we don't fight it. You know what I mean? Yngwie wrote great stuff, played great solos and melodic parts that are a big part of the sound on those songs. So Joe is true to that. He plays that great, and so those songs live sound like they're supposed to sound and feel that way.
I get it. It's not. It's like when you go to see Alcatrazz, you want to hear that rock and roll sound. You don't want to hear them play like a jazz or a country version of God Bless Video and that sort of thing.
No, no, you're absolutely right. No, we do one thing, and this is what we do. And we're not trying to be, well, I don't want to mention any names, but we do what we do. We're Alcatrazz, and this style of music and the direction that we're in, this is what we do. So we don't want to be somebody else. We're not trying to get on the bandwagon, and sound like somebody else or whoever's popular this week. That's a big mistake. And we just don't feel it. This is what we do. This is what we feel as writers and musicians and people. This is what we're happy doing. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to the new record, which I believe will not the new record, the new studio album that you guys are working on, which I believe will be released in 2026. Is that correct? Yeah. So, you guys have. collaborated with Girls School in the past. You guys collaborated with them on the previous album for Don't Get Mad, Get Even, right?
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah. So, can we expect another collaboration between you guys in the near future, if not on the next studio album or anything?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. That happened pretty organically. We were on the road and we just thought how great it would be to have them sing backup on that, to sing that chorus. It's just perfect. So we were on the road and I was in the hotel room in France and I had a mic and I had my computer and we were all at the same hotel. So I said, hey, you guys, would you do some background vocals for us on that song? So I played the track. They came in, put up a mic, and in 20 minutes, we had it. They're so together. They walked in and just like, bam. And we sang it 3 or 4 times and they were done. So um, we may collaborate with them. Joe wrote a thing on their newest album, which ended up being their single. So we just never know. We're good friends. We've toured a lot with them, and we're good friends. So we just don't know. We start writing for this new record, which we already have started writing, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll be touring with Girl School in November, so in a lot of shows with them. So who knows? We'll hang out and talk and be around each other a lot. So something may come of that. You never know.
I mean, considering how kind of spontaneous the last recording for Don't Get Mad, Get Even turned out, I guess it's more of a go with the flow sort of thing. We'll see what happens. That sort of thing. Alright, so you and Gary Shee, are the only two members from the original lineup. So
Right.
how's your partnership with him changed over the years, and what have you both learned from each other?
Gary's like my brother. So we've been friends since the 70s, the early 70s. We started playing together. So, and then we played in the band New England together and toured a lot together. And then, of course, Alcatrazz. Um, Gary, it's just a natural thing to work with Gary. He's always been there. So, and I love the guy. Like I say, he's like a brother. So it's real easy.
Did you pick up on anything from each other, like what, like I don't know, certain habits or that sort of thing, or does he think differently from you, that sort of thing? Like,
I mean, he thinks differently, but we both have the same attitude about this kind of music and direction and stuff. So we're pretty much in sync when it comes to that. Um, yeah, we really pretty much in sync.
gotcha. And I know that you and the band have been in a dispute over the Alcatraz name, and I heard that you and Gary finally have ownership of the name. So how are you feeling now that that whole thing is done?
Yeah, it's great. It's over. It's done. I've got the trademark worldwide, and we're past all that. Um, yeah, so it's a relief. Yeah, I don't like things, bubbling around on the outside that distract from the music. And that was the distraction at times. That would kind of come and go, rear its head, and then we'd have to take care of it. And then, lawyers and all that stuff. I hate that. So that's all done behind us.
Yeah, I just want to focus on the music. Mm. So Alcatraz have been together for like over 40 years. So what's been the one lesson from the music industry that's really stood out to you?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What's the what?
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned from the music industry that really sticks with you?
Um, wow. Well, you got to play with people you enjoy being with and enjoy that are on the same page and everybody respects each other. That's super important. That's as important, if not more so, than the playing. Uh, somebody can learn to you get somebody in a band and maybe they're not the perfect player or whatever. You can work on it if they're a good person and you all get along and you're on the same page, then you can work on the music. The music is a mechanical thing. They can learn to play. Okay, I'll learn those parts. I'll get the vibe. Uh, a personality, you're not going to change somebody. So that's the one thing I've learned, that it's the people are more important. That's the most important thing, is getting along with people and having people that respect each other.
It makes me think of when Def Leppard had to replace Steve Clark, they got Vivian Campbell because they weren't necessarily. Of course, you have to be a good player, but they were mostly looking for someone that they could get along with, someone that they can vibe off really quickly. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Vivian and I know those guys a little bit, and he's a perfect fit for them because they share the same tastes, and it's a respect thing. They have respect for each other. Vivian's a really nice guy. He's a real gentleman. And so are the guys in Def Leppard. So it was a perfect fit. And Vivian is an amazing player. So he can play whatever the band needs. He and Phil together are awesome. So it's a good fit.
He has a great sense of humor. I don't know if you've seen the tour vlogs, but I think he definitely brings a lot more humor to the group, which is kind of nice considering after all they went through. Now they're just like they're a band of brothers.
Yeah.
They joke around with each other. They sound great together.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, before we go, is there any last words that you wanted to say?
I just want everybody to listen to the new record that we have out, that's coming out in November, um, because that sets the stage for what's to come. The record we'll make after the first of the year in 2026. Uh, this is a really good, this is a great version of Alcatrazz, and this is going to be around a while because, again, it's a personal thing. We all get along. We're all on the same page. Everybody now is in sync. And that's been tough over the years to have that, because that, like I said before, that's important to me. Yeah, that's really important to me, is the personal thing. We've got that now. So we've had it for a while. Like I said, we've done 100 shows with Giles. So uh, we're in the pocket with that. So that's the most important thing to us. And if people should listen to this record that's coming out in November, and that'll be a preview of what's to come, next year and what they're going to hear live. They got to come see us live.
Yeah, I mean, and considering that, because Take No Pris, I think their previous album, Take No Prisoners, I think that was one of their best. I think that was one of your best records, in my opinion. So I definitely have good hopes for where this new chapter of Alcatraz will go. So, best of luck on the Prior Convictions compilation album, and best of luck on the new studio album that will be released in 2026. And Jimmy, thank you so much for
Oh,
taking
thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course. And you have a great rest of your day.
Okay, you too. I'll
Okay.
see you later.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye.